And it also, it goes down a lot. It pops in and out, like we go out
Sure. I
a
mean,
few times a month.
I lived in St. Cloud forever. That was throw a dart.
Yeah.
So the only thing, when it's all done, the only thing we have to pay for is if we want to hook up to it.
That's the point of it. But we also own that conduit, so we
Yeah.
can,
Yeah,
we can get a benefit from it.
we might get some gifts, something.
I have questions about our little conversations that I'm doing. Okay. Did Steve leave today?
What's that?
Did Steve pull out today?
He did, he texted me at 3:53.
In the morning?
This afternoon.
Okay.
He must have left pretty early, because he traveled 690 miles
Oh my God.
for a stop. He stopped in Kansas,
Okay.
46 degrees. And I said, well, I'm glad you made it.
You want
Kind of taken this house, I said, well, it's a lot warmer in your house, it's 60 there.
Good evening. I'd like to call the City Council meeting for December 2nd to order. Let's please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion?
Just one thing, Mr. Mayor. Under the consent agenda, we are accepting a resignation of one of our part-time officers. I think it's moving forward for next year. I think we really have to consider a full-time position in the police department. We're losing way too many, and I don't blame the person one bit, but it seems to be a revolving door, and we have to stop that door. So.
I can agree with that. Maybe something we can add to the new business for next month.
Yep.
Any other further discussion? Motion been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approve same sign, or opposed same sign. Motion carries. All right, we are going to move into number 5 here, mayor's comments and open forum. Deb? No? Oh.
No.
All right, just making sure. Hearing none. All right, we're going to move into the public hearing on the fee schedule. I'll close the regular council meeting at 5:32 to conduct the public hearing on the proposed 2026 fee schedule. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak for or against this matter? Anyone here to speak for or against this matter? Anyone present who wishes to speak for or against this matter? Hearing none, we will reconvene the regular city council meeting at 5:32 p.m. With that, then, is there a motion to adopt the ordinance 496 for updating the fee schedule effective January 1, 2026?
So, second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Moving on to item number 7, the department reports with Police Chief Katie McMillan.
All right, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, you received the stat report for the month of November. We had 410 calls of service. Just some things to point out. Speed violations were up, and child calls are also increased, and medicals were up. City ordinances went down, mostly because things got covered with snow. But now we also have to focus on and remind the residents to make sure they're shoveling and keeping their sidewalks clear of ice and snow. So that will be our next, now we focus on that part of it. And one of the things I do want to point out is one of the warrant arrests that we had, it was on a traffic stop, and the guy had felony warrants, and then we also had other evidence of 2 other felonies and another gross misdemeanor crime. So from one traffic stop, we got a lot. And comparable for the 410 of this year, last year we had 347.
Wow.
And then in 2023, we had 376. The only other thing I have is coming up, we have Cocoa with a Cop on December 11th. So far, there are 18 kiddos pre-registered. So we look forward to doing that. That is all I have, unless you have, oh, and the squad car will be here next week. So it's just getting finished up, so,
Ready to hit the road, correct?
yes.
On these suspicious activities, are you being called in on those, or have your officers seen
It's
some of these
both.
happenings happen?
Yep, it's both, and some of the activity is like suspicious vehicles, cause like I just lump them together, cause it can be suspicious vehicles, suspicious object, or found objects, and so that all goes into that category. But it's called in by the community and the cops come across
Right,
it.
right. Well, it's good to hear that there's other people involved.
Yep.
You know, that's good. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. City Engineer Jared Griffith.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of council. Tonight I'll have a quick update on where we're at with the Northside project, and then we have 2 pay apps for your consideration. Basically, where we're sitting with the Northside project is everything is installed and completed that we were expecting to this season, except we will be installing the signs roughly next week. Is kind of the plan, so like stop signs, yield signs, street signs, stuff like that. But we've, in the last month, we tackled all the concrete, all of the yard grading and seeding. So next year, when we come back in the either late spring, early summer kind of time frame, we'll be looking at kind of turf establishment items, other kind of puncher's items. And then we'll have trees to plant, and the final, if the bituminous will go on, and then we'll end with striping. So that's kind of the game plan for moving forward. Any questions on where we're sitting at with the project?
You know, snow aside, you wrapped up a lot of stuff here, I'll say, in the last couple of weeks. Has there been any residents that have reached out with any concerns or comments or anything wrong with, I'll say, the more final product?
No, there's one on the private driveway side, there was a couple that kind of wanted some adjustments where bituminous ended and where concrete started to have kind of comments. And so we'll come back and make those adjustments in the spring. But for the most part, I didn't hear much, and if I did, it was positive.
Okay, good.
So.
The landscape looked really, really good. Whoever you had did one heck of a good job. I was pretty pleased with it.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Usually, that's something we have to drive home, but you know, they were from day one, they were pretty good, so.
Yeah.
I know we hammered them pretty good during the year, but the end of the year push, they did a great job. So, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know we've mentioned, Mark and I both have mentioned to them, Keekly and their subs, that they've done a great job as far as the final product so far. But I'll let them know, well, again, that council is, as of now, happy with what they got for a product, so.
And there might be a punch list in the spring, but.
Yeah. Yep, there's always a punch list.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm not
Good job.
Not concerned about it, so, thank you.
Can I just, one thing?
Yeah.
We did have a couple questions about the seeding and what was done. And I think I just wanna clarify, what they did was intentional as far as the process they went through, because there's some erosion control. We wanted to seed before, it wasn't meant to germinate, it's meant to like freeze over. Could you just comment on that, just in case we have more people that are?
Correct, yeah. Do the timing of when we did all the yard grading and the turf, the topsoil installation grading. Right now the process is with with where we're at in the season, the best thing to do is to lay the seed down. Basically, you seed it like you would normally, but it won't germinate right now because it's below, the freezing, the temperatures we have right now. But when comes the spring melt, that initial melt there, all the snow helps moisturize that seed that we planted this year, and so that should help establish that coming in the spring. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect. We will have to come back and do some potential reseeding. Like I said, those are items that will be put on the punch list, and we'll work through those as we go through this spring.
Yeah, and I thought it was the perfect time to seed, because I know for myself, that's the best grass I get to grow is the stuff right before the snow.
Mhm.
But just because there was some questions of people on why we were doing that, and they didn't understand, so that was all part of the plan to do that and to let that stay dormant until spring.
Any other questions on the project?
Alright.
All right. Well, with that then, like I mentioned before, in your packet tonight, we have two pay apps. The first would be for the Northside Improvements Project, pay app number 6. This pay app includes basically everything that was completed in the last month except for the seating. The seating was installed day of cutoff, so we didn't get that on here, but so we'll have one coming, a pay app coming in the next month with that seating on there. But this has all of the remaining curb, sidewalk, driveways, everything that we kind of touched up, topsoil, everything that we had in there. So where we're sitting at currently is work certified to date on pay app number 6 is $4,580,594.34, which is roughly 94.5% of the total project cost. This pay app itself is requesting for $455,074.69. Any questions on the pay app before we ask for your consideration to approve it?
What was the percent again, completion?
Roughly 94%.
Okay.
Questions? I'll make the motion to approve pay app number 6 in the amount of $455 and $74.69.
I'll
Second.
second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you. And the second pay app is for our 2025 lead service project. As I mentioned at the last council meeting, this project is basically substantially completed and suspended for the winter. Next year we'll have kind of similar punch list items, turf, things like that for that coming up for next year. But this pay app number 5 here, whoa, sorry, is for the most part reducing retainage from 5% to 1%, which is pretty standard in this time of the project when we're just kind of dealing with punch list items. So with that, work certified to date on this project is $243,982, which represents roughly 82% of the project. The amount requested at this pay app is $12,601.68. Any questions on pay app number 5 for the lead service project before we ask for your consideration to approve?
Hearing none, I'll make the motion to approve pay app number 5 in the amount of $12,601.68.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you. That is all I have tonight. Unless you have any questions for me.
My dog says to tell you thank you for putting soft dirt for her to play in. I do not appreciate it for saying nothing.
Okay.
Since we have just a little bit of time, updates on the south side. Is it just still in like the plating engineering phase?
Yeah, I mean, we're working through, moving forward with our plans that we have. We're bringing it to is it 16th?
Yep, we're gonna have, that's the one of the items we're gonna have quickly before that
Is that
county.
right before the county one?
Yep.
Okay,
I sent that notice out,
okay.
and that is for the preliminary plat public hearing, requirement. And so then once, the council addresses that, then we can move to the final plating stages, which usually the final plat is quicker.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the plan is to, well, I guess I should probably look this up before I say it, but I thought the plan was to be bidding in the spring here, so.
Yep.
It's gonna be a really quick turnaround.
And then, essentially it's on schedule right now for, approval and getting ready for the bid in the early next year.
I believe, Mark, you can confirm this, I guess, but, Braun was on site today,
Be on site today, they called.
to do their
Soil
soil
borings.
borings. So, we know those for the deeper, that trunk sanitary that we have, that, and also for ponds, so.
Great, thanks. Moving on then to Public Works. Mark Pappenfuss.
Nothing, it snowed. Nothing big in Public Works. Staying very busy.
Lights look nice on the street lights.
They got the rest up finally today and got the ones that aren't working fixed, so. We will have, well, it's gonna be a line item budget, but we're gonna hopefully buy 8 more next year, and then that'll finish the old ones off, so. That's kinda how we've been budgeting, so.
Sure.
Looks nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
So.
You can tell.
Unless there's anything else in Public Works, only on fire, I think Sarah has in the know, but we got Santa Parade 2 weeks from tomorrow night. So, going around giving the kids Santa with candy canes, and
What time's that start, Mark?
6 o'clock to the south, 7 o'clock to the north, we kinda say, not before 6 to the south, not before 7 going north to the fire hall. So,
Public Works has been doing a great job of keeping the snow clean.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Done a
Better than most. I like it.
I'll let everybody know.
All right. Administration, Sarah Braun.
Okay, so we did talk about, South Side. If you have any other questions, let me know, reach out to myself or, Carrie is who's helping us with SCH on that. So if Jared doesn't have all the answers, it's because Carrie's the lead on that.
Okay.
I just also wanna let you know, we did have to send in all of our final, our assessment rolls to the county. They were due by the 30th, so those did go in. We still are taking any, payments on the north side through the end of this week. So, if anybody does wish to pay that off, they can certainly do so, through Friday. And then we'll get those removed with the county. I provided you a copy, and I think I also sent it via email of the chamber, party that everyone is invited to. Please RSVP or let me know if you are interested in coming, and we'll get that turned in for you. One item I do need to bring up is I did get the renewal on the Tri-County Humane Society contract. In summary, there's significant price increase.
For next year?
Yes.
Okay.
I did look back, we did about, within the last year, so not all in this necessarily calendar year, but I just kinda looked at a year that we've been billed for is about 1,600 worth of fees. The new price increase, it adds an admin fee, and then it increases the per day fee, and then it also, raises some of the max that you can get charged. So my best guess is it's probably gonna be about double, if we hit some of those worst case scenarios. So if you're looking at 1,600, maybe 3,000 next year if we track the same. We did come back down as far as our number of animals that were turned in. I mean, we were on a roll for a while, about a year and a half ago, but that has settled down a little bit more. I would imagine if this winter kinda keeps up too, it'll probably, sometimes the stray cats got a little overpopulated because of the warm winters, but we could see that change. But I just wanna make sure you're okay with that. We have 2,000 in the budget. Are you okay if I just go ahead and renew this, or I don't know what options we have. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I forgot, I mentioned to you, they will not take holds on bites anymore if they know who the owner is. So we used to always use them for that emergency situation if a dog bit. They won't do that anymore. So that's something that we'll have to navigate if we have that happen. I don't know, Chief McMillan wasn't too worried, I don't think, but it could come up, just so you're aware. But there's nothing we can do about it, that they won't change those terms. So, are we okay rolling it?
I think we should.
I forget what happens when we hit 2,000, they just stop taking them?
We didn't hit it this year.
I know, but what happens if we do?
We put it on the contract. She said she'll try, you know, but that's what's supposed to do. I mean, I could do that again, that's no problem. Just renew what we did. I mean, we'll have to do the new terms and the new rates, but
Yeah.
I could just say we only have 2,000 budgeted,
Sure.
if that's what you're more comfortable with.
I'm
Also
okay
don't-
with that.
I am as
We hit 2,000, we're done.
I mean, it is, I understand some of the price increases, just like we have staffing increases, I'm sure their costs are
Everywhere else,
going up
yeah.
too.
It's
Yeah.
not
You
not
know,
unusual.
it's just some of the frustration we have at the staff level is all the drop-off strays and
Mhm.
that we have to deal with, you know, and really we shouldn't have to.
Right.
But, okay, I'll renew it if there's no concern then, I just,
Mm-hmm.
so you know what's going on. And then other than that, any other questions for me? I think we have another meeting, I have a couple other items I'll bring forward, but.
On the south side, do we have a estimated guess to when our contractors might start construction? Where we sit,
Are you thinking like infrastructure, or like the road and the utilities, or are you thinking like housing?
I'm talking about building and, you know,
Yeah, we continue on the path we're on, like I said, like, so we're gonna be bidding it for this February, March kind of timeframe.
Okay.
It'd be just like this year's street project, where we bring a contractor on board, you know, in late April, at kind of a progress meeting, or sorry, a pre-con meeting, in May, and then start really after that. That one will be, I guess, more of a quick burn with not really removals to do per se. You know, there's more cornfield kind of mindset on something like that. But yeah, I would assume June, if, you know.
that sounds,
but-
yeah, I was thinking something later, but that sounds good.
That would just be your infrastructure though.
Infrastructure, yep.
What would you anticipate if they started on time, weather permitting, all the things? Can a house not be started until after the entire project is completed, or can they start once it's
You need to
halfway
have
done?
the grading and roads in, so
Yeah, that's-
it's really hard to build a house without that.
Sure, okay.
And we haven't talked on that end as far as, I assume we wanna wait a year for a final lift again like you normally would, with fully subsoils. And that comes down to, do you wanna have someone, all the construction of building a house on your fresh asphalt in the middle of July? I mean, I don't know if that's something we wanna do, but
Sure.
something we can talk about.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Good. All right, and, yeah,
I'll just also mention, we do have a couple interested, builders, and I actually talked to one again today, about it, so, you know, I do think there's a high probability we'll be able to sell those lots if the prices come in, like we hope, you know, so that's good, there still is enough demand. I didn't know with, you know, interest and the economy, but, talking to the one today, he said there's still a market in Foley for houses, and we should be able to make something work with what we're doing, and he thinks it's, you know, a reasonable project, so.
sure. So we have a few minutes to kill before 6. We had the second council conversations.
They were very good. The second one, I thought we had a very good, A, we had a good turnout,
Mm-hmm.
and B, I think we had a lot of stuff brought up and discussed. And I felt it was good.
Would council entertain doing another one, but with the 5 of us? And, I mean, we'd have to post it, be a quorum. Still no action, but just,
Mm-hmm.
allow for the community again to maybe ask us as a, my vision would be more of a panel style, where it would be, questions that would come in from the community, you know, we'd maybe ask on Facebook or send, you know, try to elicit some, you know, comments or things that they wanna talk about, or they want us to talk about, or things they want to, maybe be talked about. And similar to like the what we did before elections, you know, where we kind of answer questions for 30 seconds. Maybe not quite as policed, but allow for everyone to give their feedback or their opinion, comments on certain questions and topics. A little more structured, and then have some time maybe for some open questions at the end or something.
My feeling is all five would make it a bit more chaotic.
I wouldn't mind, I would like to participate. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to participate in the last one, but I would certainly like to do, the, 2 counselors.
Yeah.
And see where we go from there.
Try another couple of those maybe.
Yeah.
If we went with 5, I guess I would be looking at, is there a way we could live stream that so we could take questions off of a computer screen? Kind of like what the commissioners do. I mean, it's something to look at maybe.
Or like more of a virtual option, so if people just
Absolutely.
want to
So
submit.
virtual.
Yeah,
Sure.
virtual.
Yeah, we could look at that.
Yeah.
Like a Zoom meeting or whatever.
Yeah, if we're all gonna be in the same room, might be something to look at.
Maybe we would still open it up to the public, because anytime
Absolutely.
we have you at a meeting, it's open.
Yeah.
But we could certainly look at it.
I mean, could we look at doing it like a virtual Zoom meeting, even if it was 2 of us,
Sure.
something like that?
I think schedule that, I think it'd be beneficial to wait after we meet with the county on this courthouse thing.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking sometime
After the new
February.
I think it needs to be, I think you're gonna get a little bit crazy with the schedule.
year.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
thinking sometime first quarter, is when I would say like to try to do at least another couple.
Yeah.
Different dates, times, maybe open it up to virtual, this time around, Zoom, something like that. Good. Yeah, I mean, I think it's value add just to be able to hear and understand and give feedback, answer questions. Good. That's good. So we'll add that.
Well, No Shave November is over, and we had the most participants we've ever had this year, from Benton County Sheriff's Department, Police Department, myself. All the numbers aren't in yet, but I would say we raised over $600. So.
Oh, wow. Great. Speaking of departments, there's another event coming up, Battle of the Badges. Is that after our next council meeting? Well, the January council meeting?
January 10th, I think they said, right? Mark?
For the Battle of the Badges, for is it the chili cook-off?
January 10th.
Okay, all right.
It'll be after.
It'll be
Where-
after our January meeting? I think that'll be a really great
Where is that?
event. At the winery
Okay.
on the 10th
Of
Confirmed.
January.
of January.
Okay.
10th January?
Yep, that's gonna be the Foley Police, the Foley Fire, and the Benton County Sheriffs. We'll be having a chili cook-off, and all of the proceeds will go to the winning department, as I understand it.
Sorry,
I think they're working out that detail.
Working that part out, okay.
Do we have a time on that yet?
What's that?
Do we have a time?
Thank you. 4 to 7. That'll be very exciting.
I think it'd be a good deal.
2 minutes.
Okay. So-
Pause momentarily, like commercial break.
Yeah, commercial break. Did you make note, though, for new business for our January meeting, for us to talk about police staffing?
Yep.
Yeah, I know we kept some of this money in. The levy was actually around police So I think that'll be a good conversation to have.
And the other thing that I've mentioned to a couple of you is we don't know what the effect on like the paid family leave is going to have on our staffing. You know, there's gonna be some more opportunity for people to take time off that could impact our staffing levels, you
Right.
know, more. We don't know for sure, but I think it's just something we gotta keep in mind with all our departments.
Yeah.
Chief, the shifts were covered through March, correct?
Yes.
Through March,
Yes.
that's pretty good.
So are we looking at, another personnel committee meeting for,
Get through the holidays first.
okay.
Do we already have positions posted, or for people to apply?
No. I think getting down on the list, correct? Yeah. Have you checked the post board or, applications lately? I imagine there's a ton of them out there.
Yes, there is, and I know the county just had to open up theirs again and they got 8.
Okay.
Where the first time was 4. No,
That's full time.
yeah, that's full time.
All right. We are going to recess the regular city council meeting at 6 p.m. to conduct the Truth in Taxation public hearing on the 2026 budget. The proposed budget is an estimated 8.98% increase. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak for or against this matter? Anyone who wishes to speak for or against this matter? Anyone who wishes to speak for or against this matter? Hearing none, we will reconvene the regular city council meeting at 6:01 p.m. Is there a motion to adopt resolution 2025-36, the final 2026 tax levy?
So moved.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion?
I think we've done our due diligence on it, and especially, what I've seen in, surrounding communities, we're not sitting that bad. Other communities are facing the same situations that we have, so.
Mm-hmm.
I think kudos go out to all of us. We hammered as much as we could.
I think we're sitting way better than a lot of them are.
Yeah, well, when the average is 9%.
I think we increased it for what we needed,
Mhm.
and yet we kept it down to be affordable.
Mhm. Good.
I think you all did a good job.
So motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Entertaining a motion to adjourn.
Motion, I'll make
Second.
motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
Not 7 minutes, but good enough.
Well, when you work well, don't take long.